somehow, some way, I don't understand how the toxic people get so much latitude and that they're not the first to go. It's the person that leaves on their own accord because they are like, well, nothing's happening here with this person who's causing all these problems, so I guess I'm going to be the one to go. What is that going to do for a business? You just have to keep hiring and training and firing and hiring.
Welcome to Biz Glitch 175, 175 out of 366 leap year mistakes, glitches of the day that we've seen you all business owners make from time to time and that we have made it on our own at some point or the other. Today, we're referencing a topic we covered the other day about remote versus return to office work. Are you examining the commute that your staff has to undertake in order to come back to the office? Today, Linda's going to talk about kind of a different aspect of that remote versus office aspect.
Is your office environment conducive for employees to be happy to come to work? I think it's a big ask for a number of reasons. It could not be a big ask because you've got it all figured out, and that's terrific. But a lot of people don't. And I think when it comes to employees, the first thing we've talked about in the first half of this year was having regular meetings with employees, understanding where they're coming from, what makes them tick.
Communication.
Open lines of communication and hearing and listening to them. And if their gripes are valid, to see what you can do to accommodate because it's cheaper to keep them.
And on your part as the owner and the manager, a really thorough analysis of these topics, which, at first glance might seem to be, oh, it's a quick decision to make, like get back to the office. But as we pointed out in the other video the other day about taking in the commuting time and the commuting experience into your calculations about return to office, today it's about environment. We're in our office right now, and I love the environment here in our office.
It's just the two of us. One of the things, though, that we pontificate a lot about is having a business with employees. And if you don't have employees, then it's one less thing to manage. And we have had that experience before. Was it my favorite thing to do? Absolutely not. Was I really good at it? Probably not. And we've made the decision together with this company that we did try to scale at one point, and the hiring and firing, it was awful. So now we're just kind of doing our own thing. But here is the thing that can make this a sticky glitch, and that is the different personalities in the office. It's sort of like when you have kids and they're all different personalities and you have to cater to one or the other for, you have a picky eater, you don't have a picky eater, or whatever. You have different needs, different desires, you have different hang-ups, different idiosyncrasies. And the worst thing that happens, and I hear this so often, it kills my soul, is that you have a toxic person in the office that somehow they get to stick around. Like, I don't understand that.
Well, that's definitely going to poison the well of your work environment for people. I've had that experience. Years and years ago, when non-smoking inside of buildings was just starting to be a possibility that it might happen, but people still smoked indoors. I had one coworker who was just so obnoxious with his smoking, and he had no situational awareness at all about his coworkers who did not smoke. And one day I had it out with him from across the room because I was eating my lunch and he lit up and he was just blowing clouds of smoke at me while I was trying to eat lunch. So that led me to want to work from home, for which I then got in trouble by my boss who said, "Why aren't you coming into the office?" I'm like, because that guy smokes and I don't, and it's disgusting.
That's a little outdated because indoor smoking has been banned for like 35 years.
But that person, that smoking and his behavior, the way he did it, was just one element of his overall toxic personality. He was a complete to deal with generally. And we have already discussed that when you have to keep hiring and replacing people, it actually costs you more money than doing your best to keep people on board. There's another element. We're talking about toxic people, but here's another element about environment. We joked a moment ago about our air conditioning here at the office because we haven't been here a few days. It's hot. There's a heat wave. We've got the air conditioning on. There's a low rumble in the background of the microphones. There are some studies that have recently come out that say that office air conditioning temperatures are set for men, not
I didn't know that.
for females.
Oh my God.
Not for women, thus making the office experience more uncomfortable for women. And now we're just talking about air conditioning.
In the glitch, for the glitch gurus, there is a list of items that pertain to various things, not just communication. We're talking about ergonomics and lighting, and like you had said with the air conditioning, that's part of
Environmental.
Environmental.
And people.
So take a look at that. Again, the only way you're going to know if somebody is discontent is talking to them and hearing what they have to say, and if it's feedback that is viable and can be put into action. That is the only way that you're going to address this and potentially accommodate an easy fix for someone to be happy. And
we have other glitches where we discuss the concept of how best to communicate and to get good, truthful, valid communications with your team, your employees, your staff. If you are a glitch guru, of course, that you paid the one-time subscription fee, you get access to full videos plus all of these supporting materials that Linda has curated for this series.
Yeah, but I'm just, having been through a couple of toxic people in the office, and I jump ship.
You're really happy right now that I don't smoke.
I jettison that shit. I gots to go.
That's 175. We thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
But before we do you think we should turn off the AC because it's 90 degrees in here, but maybe it'll be picked up in the audio?
I'm thinking the AC is going to stay on because it's really hot in here. It's a heat wave here in New England.
I'm not going to argue with you.
It's only a very low rumble, which is also covering the fact that my stomach might rumble at some point because I'm hungry. And hold on.
Okay. We haven't had a blooper in a while.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now you do.
Now I do. Well, glitch today. Cut and action.